So my new journal project is a late 1700s inspired almanac diary, and in the process of decorating the first few pages, I thought I'd share some inspiration on how you can start the first pages of your diary, or whatever style of creative journaling that you do. In any print book, the first few pages are called front matters. They set the pace and tone of the book before you get to the prose or poetry. With that in mind, we can borrow some of the conventions of a print book and apply that to the first few pages of our diary. And if you're new here, my name is Bree from 1134 Press, where we share bookmaking, journaling, and papercraft inspiration to help you document your life. And in this video, I'm going to share how I embellish and journal in the first 3 pages of my almanac diary, with the hopes that some of the prompts that I share with you today, you'll be able to use in your own projects. Borrowing from the conventions of late 1700 almanac diaries, I'm creating an artist journal that tracks the passage of time. This project was inspired by the research of Molly McCarthy in her book, The Accidental Diary, which you can learn more about in my latest video about books that I'm reading to inspire my creative journaling this year. I designed the cover, pages of the book, and journal cards based off of my research of what those diaries looked like back then. Downloadable files are available to all supporters on Buy Me a Coffee, which you can find a link to in the description if you'd like to make your own handmade pamphlet journal. No matter if you're making the diary yourself or if you're starting with one you just purchased from the store, the ideas I'm sharing can apply to any style of notebook. Being intentional about the first few pages are really just about setting a tone and creating the vibe about what you hope the diary will become. I encourage you to create a title page for your diary on the first page. Give your journal a name and decorate it. My title page is a simple printout, part of the digital download, but you can collage your own. Names are very important. They carry so much energy and character, and your diary deserves one too. After your title page, create a "This Book Belongs To" page. You can write your actual name and move on, but I like to use this space to write a quote that's reflective of me or something that I care about. The fun in this page is to think about who you are as a person and embellish and decorate in a way that reflects you. I love writing what my intentions are for every diary or journal that I start. A great way to write an intention page is to answer simple questions like what and why. What do you want to write in this diary, and why are you writing it? In my case, I wrote that this diary will be used to track how I spend my days, using restrictive writing prompts to mimic the way people used to write in their diaries in the late 1700s. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to create and share a list of prompts that you can use too in your diaries. I also want to remind you that intentions are not set in stone. When we wake up in the morning, we intend on crossing off everything in our to-do list, but life happens and we may not get to everything on our list. And that is totally okay. Remember that what you write on this page isn't the end-all be-all to what this diary can grow into. The third page I'd like to share with you is a page for establishing place. This can be literal. For instance, I'm cutting out vintage maps of my hometown and writing about the neighborhoods that I've lived in within it. However, establishing place can also mean that you write about your emotional or mental place. I enjoy rereading these types of diary entries once the book is filled. It's a gift to your future self to be able to reflect on your progress or setbacks that you may experience in the time to come. There are so many different approaches that you can take to starting the first few pages of your diary or junk journal or whatever art journal that you're doing. However, I do want to remind you to not overthink it. Remember that your journal is a place for you to be creative and free and introspective. And with that said, I look forward to sharing more of my process of completing this experimental journal diary thing that I'm doing. And I will see you in the next video.